The wedding hall sparkled with golden lights, laughter echoing in every corner, but she sat quietly at the farthest table, her fingers nervously twisting the napkin in her lap. She didn't know why she even came. The bride was a distant cousin, and she hardly knew anyone else. Every time her eyes wandered across the room, she saw groups of people laughing, friends clinking glasses, couples holding hands, but nobody looked her way. She shifted uncomfortably in her chair, wondering if anyone noticed how out of place she seemed. Her loneliness pressed down heavier with every toast, every smile, every shared memory that wasn't hers. She thought about leaving quietly, slipping away before anyone realized she had been there at all. But then a deep voice broke through her thoughts. "Act like you're with me," a man whispered as he leaned slightly toward her table. She looked up, startled, her eyes meeting his. He was tall, dressed sharply in a dark suit, with a calm confidence in his gaze. Before she could respond, he smiled warmly and sat down beside her. "You don't mind, do you?" he asked gently, but his tone carried assurance, as if he already knew the answer. She hesitated, then shook her head, unable to form words. For the first time that night, she didn't feel invisible. As the music swelled and the dance floor filled, people began to notice them together. He draped his arm casually along the back of her chair, leaning in to speak to her as though they had known each other for years. Whispers rippled among the guests, but she felt oddly safe in his presence, as if his confidence shielded her from their judgment. They talked quietly at first, about the bride and groom, about how weddings often felt overwhelming. His voice was steady, kind, never prying, yet inviting her to share pieces of herself. She found herself laughing, really laughing, for the first time in months. The loneliness that had clung to her like a heavy coat began to slip away. At one point, he reached across the table and touched her hand lightly. "They're watching," he whispered with a playful smirk. Her heart skipped, not because of the act itself, but because she realized she didn't mind pretending, not with him. In fact, for the first time, it didn't feel like pretending at all. The evening stretched on, and soon the bride herself came over, surprised. "I didn't know you two knew each other," she said brightly. He answered smoothly, "Old friends, just catching up," while giving her a reassuring glance. She played along, smiling shyly, her heart racing with the thrill of being part of a secret only they shared. As the night came to an end, guests began to leave in pairs, laughter fading into the cool night air. She stood awkwardly, unsure of what to say now that the act was over. Was it just a kindness, a stranger's way of saving her from humiliation? Or was there something more behind his steady gaze? He walked her outside, the soft glow of streetlights painting shadows around them. "You looked like you needed someone tonight," he said simply. His words weren't heavy with charm or hidden intentions. They were sincere. She felt her throat tighten, tears threatening, because he was right. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice unsteady. "I don't even know your name." He smiled, extending his hand properly this time. "Ethan," he said. She took his hand, her fingers trembling slightly, but the warmth of his grip calmed her. She told him her name in return, and for a moment, it felt like the start of something neither of them expected. As he walked her to her car, the silence between them was comfortable, not lonely. She realized that sometimes life changed not with grand gestures, but with small, unexpected moments. A stranger's whisper, a shared laugh, a hand offered when you least expected it. That night, she didn't go home feeling invisible anymore. And deep inside, she wondered if maybe, just maybe, she hadn't been pretending at all. As he opened her car door, she paused, looking at him one last time. The night air was cool, but her heart was warm, lighter than it had been in years. "Maybe we'll meet again," she said softly, half afraid of hoping too much. He only smiled, that same steady smile that had first calmed her, and nodded. Driving away, she replayed the evening in her mind. The whisper, the laughter, the comfort of not being alone. Whether he was meant to stay in her life or not, she knew one thing for sure. A stranger's kindness had changed her night, and perhaps even her heart, forever.